Hello. Hi, Isa.
Hi.
How are you? I'm happy to be with you. Happy to be with you today and our continuing conversation about the order thing.
Yes.
So this is exciting and good. And um, yeah, so the next in the order of things, right? So first we had Creator, Great Spirit. And then next in the order of things, we have the Sun or we. Then we have, energy and Shkan and Unchimaka, Mother Earth. And then now we have the Eon, the stone. And I know we both brought stones,
Yeah.
share. Um, but I wanted to start with that the very first people are stones, like they're the very first people that came to the earth, and we stand with them and on them, and I have a really beautiful story from Tengrism, which is the original like Turkish. It's an ancient Turkish spirituality, and Mongolian and Siberian through Siberia also, but it is a spirituality that is very ancient. And there's a beautiful creation myth that has to do with the stones that I really love, and so I thought I would share that. And um, under Tengrism, the origins of the universe began with Tengri and his self-created companion Kishi. The two flew above the primordial deep together until one day, Kishi decided he wanted to fly higher than Tengri. Due to his arrogance, Kishi lost his ability to fly and fell into the sea. He called out for Tengri to save him. Tengri brought forth rocks and earth from the sea, creating a primal mound to stand upon. From this mound grew the cosmic tree, the tree of life, and from its branches emerged people and lesser gods. He guarded against evil, dogs, and snakes. And Tengri lived in harmony with Yer, the earth spirit. Some say they were married, and that is what led to the creation of humanity. Yer gave humans their physical bodies, and Tengri gave humans their souls at birth, and then takes them back at death, and then takes them back at death. And this is from a writer and an editor, Joanna Gillen. This is her version of the story, Joanna Gillen. And it's from Ancient Origins, which was founded by Dr. Ionis Sigiros Sirigos. I know I'm like not pronouncing his name right, right? Like I didn't pronounce it right. But it's Syrigos and then Joanna Gillan, Gillan, from Ancient Origins. And so I love this story. I love this story,
Yeah.
right? Like he calls up the stones, right? So that's from my Turkish ancestors and my Siberian ancestors. So I just love the how they were flying together. And then even though this person was, not being his best self,
Right.
you know, like there was like support and compassion, and he was given like a job, like something to do. So but the stones rose to support him, and so I just love that part of the story. And
Aw. And it makes me think about how the stones supported and I'm sure guided him. And that's what we believe in. And so it's like we call upon our stones when we need that guidance and support.
it's so interesting too because the stones provide so much. They're always providing. I'm like, oh, it's nice to have a cat hair now in my eye. No, that's really perfect timing.
Big bat in your eyes on
Yeah, I needed that in my
YouTube.
That's so. Okay, well, you just figure it out there.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes, you know? So it's so interesting too, because one of the things that was surfacing for me, Issa, and my thoughts about this is how I was thinking about volcanoes,
Oh,
right? And how, they create earth. I mean, that's the whole point, is that they create new land, new support, new life. But it doesn't look like, initially, it looks like that fire and that,
right.
all of these other things, but it's really about that ability to create new land. Um, and so in some cultures and some traditions, they believe that the mountain or that the volcano has a spirit of its own, and that it's doing its beautiful work and creating things in a good way. So I see how alive everything is, and how the stones are here to help us,
Right.
and want to support us. And yeah, it's
Oh, when you brought up the volcanoes, my youngest Ella, she likes that lava song.
oh,
And
the
so like the volcanoes by itself in the ocean, and then he's singing this song, and then the girl volcano rises up, and then they're together, and I was like, oh, yeah. So just how you said that it supports us and creates, our world around here,
yeah,
and
yeah,
yeah, that's so cute.
sweet. So I have a couple of stones, and I think one of the things that my mom told me um, is that the stones contain everything, and then my stepdad was also really clear about. He said, I think I was like 14 or 15 or something, about maybe I was 15 or so, but he said, listen to the stones, because the stones know everything. So he would like send me outside, and he would say, "Oh, go and just hold it and listen, and just see what you receive. Become friends with the stone, because only the rocks live forever," was what he
Yeah.
said. So I've been doing that forever, since I was like a kid, a little kid, or a teenager. And I don't know if you could call 14 a teenage, maybe you could, but I wanted to think I was.
Right.
you know um and so I would go out and I would listen to the stones. So I think you and I were talking a little bit about guidance, and would you like to share some of your thoughts about the stones, the eons, and gathering guidance?
Yeah. Um, I was given a stone or a guidance. Um, I was like, do you want to be put into social media right now? But I'm
Yeah,
gonna share her.
yeah, you have to ask permission
Yeah.
from
I
you.
was like,
So yeah.
but this is Purple Shawl Woman. Um, she changes colors, and
Mm,
um I've misplaced her a few times because I used to carry her all over the place, and she's always come back.
mm,
And um she's been all over with me. Uh she's been in some difficult times, she's been in some happy times, she's been
mm,
at birth of my children. She's been all over. She's been in our spiritual ceremonies. She's traveled very far with me.
mm,
Um, but when it's hard, I will, hold her, and she always has something special to say, to share.
mm,
Um, and I never really thought about how much the stone could bring for me. So now I share that with all kids. Um, you know, if there's a rock that jumps out at you, listen and look at it. There's, there might be a face on it, or there might be some colors. And so my kids,
Oh, yeah.
they always bring rocks to me. Always, always. I have in my classroom, I have like this shelf and it's full of rocks. Full
Mm.
of rocks. And but I always tell them to, keep a rock close to you.
Oh,
Have a rock. So sometimes in their seat pockets, in the back of their seats, they have like a seat pocket. I find so many rocks in there.
yeah. You're like, oh, so
Yeah. I
oh,
even did a writing about a rock. I had them like put the rock in front of them and we wrote about our rock and what our rock
wow.
looked like and what our rock said. And yeah, it was so cool. Like, even though these little guys um,
Mm.
don't know the value yet, because I'm just introducing it, but just that connection and that bond that I'm establishing with them, with a rock, their rock. Um,
Mm.
I have so many rocks on the washer and dryer. I have a collection and I'm just always like, oh, how cute are you? Like I have that connection with them. So I talk to them and I hope you got a good wash or whatever it may be, and then I'll put it back. And
Great.
sometimes too, my rocks move. The rocks
Yeah, they
move.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes you're like, what?
Yeah.
Where did you? Yeah. And they'll just travel. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
sometimes I will even put them like, a few rocks together. And I notice that they like gravitate to each other or connect or, something. And I'll move it just to be annoying. And then it'll go back, it'll go back to like that rock. So it's amazing to watch the rocks and what they do and say. And it, even the bond
Yeah.
that you have, and the just the simple bond that you have, because I can go into like, oh, I had this rock then, and we've
And
been through so much, and
yeah, we remember them.
yeah,
We do remember them. Um, it's so interesting. I was also thinking about how rocks continue, like crystals continue to grow. I have my friend gave me a couple of quartz crystals, and I just think they're so beautiful, but I've just noticed they keep growing.
yeah,
Keep getting these little other crystals. Like maybe they didn't have those before, but now it's like, oh, now they have like these little tiny baby crystals that are growing. It's
yeah,
like, oh my gosh, it's so amazing. Um, and they're so slow moving,
yeah.
you know?
They're so slow moving. That's how we need to be within life, to be so present and just to take everything in.
Hmm. Oh my gosh. And then I have these other ancestors who are Mayan, and they really believe in, or we believe that there's also a stone called a sestun. So when we also have this special stone called a sestun, and that stone, it's either a stone or it's a special round sphere that comes from the water. And I was given a really beautiful sestun from someone when I was in Belize for a healing, and I cherished that. And then I gave it to another Mayan medicine woman that I met when I was in the Yucatan, um, and were we in the Yucatan or were we in? We were in Quintana Roo, and she was so amazing. And it says she worked with flowers. Like
What?
her whole medicine is all about flowers, and she knows all the flowers for healing. Yeah,
Wow.
and she works with flowers for information. And so, but I felt that she needed to have it. And now I have this stone, which I got, which I received from. I was in the ceremony we do each summer, and when the ceremony was finished, this was in my things.
I'm going home with you.
I know, there were two of them, and they actually, I have my plastic tote that I carry on my ceremonials, and and there were two of them, and they were in my tote. And I was
Oh,
like, where did you come from?
yeah.
And so I had two of these, and then I have a couple that we got from Circle Hill,
Yeah.
but but this one was it jumped in, it like found a way in there. Um,
Yeah.
and so this is really beautiful. So this is from the from Pine Ridge on the from Michael's land. I think. I don't know how. Maybe it flew on an airplane and landed
Yeah.
in my tote. I don't know how it got there. But this eon is it's for healing and wisdom. And so I can listen to it, and you don't have to put it up to your ear. If you have a rock that you like, for those who are with us today, if you
Right.
have a rock that you like and that likes you, you can feel that. You can feel that in your body. And then usually I like to give thanks. I like to give a gift. So I'll give some kind of a gift. Sometimes I'll save the seeds from my fruit, like apple seeds and things, and then I give those away in exchange for stuff for the stones, or for maybe plants, or but I always give a gift before we give before we take, right? So we always give, and then we ask permission, and then if we want to receive, we can receive. So that's all about permission. So then you can, once you've given your gift and received the gift, then um, you can hold the stone, and some of them like this, some of them don't. They'll kind of tell you what they want and like, but then you can listen to it. And if I listen to this stone, I can hear what it has to say. And then I receive that message, and then that message guides my day or my week or my experience. So everyone can do that, right?
Yeah.
Do you want to share about gathering wisdom from your stone, Issa?
Um, I really like the activity that you shared. Or I might be, I might have listened bad.
Oh, no, no,
But
no.
remember how you had us like do the rock? There was a where it faces you.
In class, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In
I
second
really
year.
like that. I know
Mhm.
I have the notes someplace, but that really helped me gather information for myself for whatever was coming forth at that time.
Oh, yeah. I think mentorship and leadership classes when I do that.
Yeah, but that really I I like doing that from time to time. I'll pull my notes out and I like doing
Mhm.
that. I
Do
know that.
you,
Oh, go ahead.
do you remember the orders? Do you want me to go through the order of them?
Yeah, go through those because I'm gonna be searching for my notes.
Okay. So, so you look for the front of the stone, and then you look to the back of the stone, and what's on the front of the stone is like how to face the world that day, and then on the back, or the situation or circumstance,
Yeah.
and then on the back is what has your back for the day or for the situation or circumstance, and then on the top is about how to work with your relationships for the day or for the circumstance. Wow, there's a big backbone on here. Ooh, that's interesting. And then on the bottom is how to express ourselves for the day or for the circumstance. Beautiful big sand dollar. Oh, it has like little shimmering gold. It's so pretty. And then inside is how we can be centered and be within. Wisdom for inside for ourselves. And then we always thank the stone. So in some cultures of traditions, you would bow, or you can hold it to your heart, or you can just say, Palamia, Wopila, thank you, gracias, shukran.
I was just looking at my stone. I remember I said it changes colors.
Yeah.
It's a two-tone right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like,
They're so happy.
yeah, there's like, I don't think you can be able to see it, but
Oh,
there's, and then there's a white spot.
oh wow.
Never seen that on her before. On her?
Yeah. On her. Aww.
Oh, did you ever watch Trolls?
Yeah, I
It's
did.
like a child show, and remember they have the stones, and the guy, he's raised by the stones, and
I remember that.
he's
Yeah.
like, I'm home, and then they're all excited and all the stones come rolling and then they like appear.
It's like, hi. So happy to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I if you haven't, all the listeners, if you haven't had a stone yet, I encourage you to pick a stone on your walk or wherever, one that pops out, and talk to it, see if that's your stone, and always give thanks if you're going to take. Um, but yeah, do the activity that Char just shared. It's so powerful. Um, I have this really big rock here, super huge.
Oh, wow. Oh
Um,
my gosh, that one's amazing.
Super heavy. Um, Brother Michael gave it to me.
Mm,
Uh, I was having so this is one of the rocks with ceremony.
mm.
Um, he gave it to me because it was gonna help with my dreams
Oh,
because I was having them and I couldn't interpret.
yeah. Mm,
So I did that,
mm,
and
mm.
it never went back to its belonging. And so then that makes me think too, like, you know how you gifted a rock, and it made me think about our rocks that come to us and then we gift out rocks, right? It's like that rock did its purpose with us and then it just keeps traveling. It keeps living because, that's the rocks are the only thing that will remain.
Mm. Yeah.
So that was one thing that came up and had me thinking about, and some of the rocks that I received, I gifted to people, or I might have misplaced them, or they left me, or, whatever the case may be. And, but then new rocks come forth and it's just like a cycle. It just keeps on going. So,
It's so funny. I'd given away a special rock not too like the other day, actually. No, it was last week. And the very same day, and it was a certain kind of rock. It's called apophyllite. It's really beautiful, shiny. Um, oh, where did I put it? Speaking of stones that, oh, here it is. Oh no, yeah. Oh here. Oh, it doesn't want to be on screen.
oh, yeah.
But it's really, it's like,
Yeah, I'm shy.
they're really beautiful, and uh, they're pretty unusual. It would be strange for someone to give me one, but I'd given away one the week before, and so one showed up the following week to be
Oh,
with me.
that's
It's like,
so awesome.
oh, I'm so happy because they say give away the thing you love the most. You know, so.
And
It's a,
it will something or it will return back to you.
yeah, something that or better.
Hmm. Oh, and then speaking of love, there's so many hearts in here. There's another one up here too. It's like a little bitty tiny
Oh, I
one.
see them. Oh, yeah.
I was just looking at it and they were like jumping out, and I was like,
Mm.
oh, share the love, guys.
Mm. The other thing is that I wanted to share before we, start to move in that direction is wherever I've gone in the world, the sacred sites are made of stones,
Oh, yeah.
right? Like in Egypt, there's the stone pyramids, and um, I mean, I want to go to Egypt, but I'd love to do
Can
that
you
someday.
take me when you go?
Yes. Yes, we will definitely go together. Um, I know I have ancestors there too, so it'll be high entertainment. I have so many ethnicities. It's like sometimes I'm cross-eyed with it all. But but then there's like when I went to, um, Hawaii, Inga brought me to Hawaii, and they have these like heiaus, and they're made of volcanic stones, and these beautiful, really powerful altars, and you see them all over the island, and they're sacred. Those are made of stones. Also in Maya tradition, there's the pyramids are made of stone, and the cities are made of stone, and so it's just interesting to think about how many things are really made of stone, you
Right.
know? Um, so I think that's really interesting. In Europe, um, there are sacred sites they have huge stones that are put in circles, and they have cairns, and in Ireland they have a lot of that, in Scotland. So it's just everywhere in the world. Stones are, they're used to make, Stonehenge is a
Yeah.
sacred place, and so it's interesting just to notice how stones are central
Right.
in a sacred place,
Mhm.
so I think that's interesting to notice.
And
But
I what came up was the acknowledgement of all the sacred sites and it being stone. They're just like, yay, you know,
ah, yeah, see what
like
is,
being acknowledged. Because I don't think we acknowledge that.
just even the acknowledgement of these people who are taking care of us, and we're standing, who
Yeah.
are supporting us, and love, acknowledgement, love. We love you, rocks.
Yeah.
I just,
And
is it okay if I kiss my rock? No. Just not on screen, no.
yeah. Then we would have to do like rated R.
Oh yeah, we have to be PG-13. No.
Oh, man.
Oh
Oh, that's the best.
no. Yeah, so I think the oh my God. So as we're doing the order of things, like we get to have a sense of humor too, right? Um,
Right.
so we have this, like, so now we're on the eon, we're on the stone, and but great spirit, all of these things are part of the creator. It's not like, oh, these are separate things. They're like a part of creator, and creator flows through all of these things. So this is a part of the creator, and do we love the beloved creator? So the mystery, the sublime, the divine. Yay.
I love that we just had a laugh attack just now because that's also medicine.
Yeah, yeah, totally, very much so. Yeah, but a good medicine for
It
for
is.
all of us. Good medicine. We
Yes.
all need some of that for sure. Yeah, laughing, the laughing rock. So, do you have anything else you want to share, Issa, before
Um,
we lose our time?
I just want to encourage the listeners to of course pick a stone. If you have a stone, spend time. Um I have a little altar place for all my rocks,
Mm.
but I have a couple little altar places with all my rocks. I have some that are by my bed, so that way I'm able to wake up and go to sleep to
Mm.
them. Um, and so just I just encourage establishing that relationship and that bond with your stone or your stone to be.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then that's a connection to the earth. That's
Yeah.
I'm writing in my book right now about how that's like to have intimacy with the earth and to, that this is a deep friendship. This is, we are part of like that card you pulled, like we are a part of the tribe.
Yeah, your soul family.
Yeah, the soul family. So we're her soul family. So
Yeah.
to act like we care about her and to connect in any way we can.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
And if I, so I was like, I don't know if people really do comment on the thing on YouTube because I'm always like, comment, comment, comment.
Yeah, tell us
But
your thoughts.
I never go back and like watch because I'm like, oh no, it's me
Oh
on
no,
but it's I I also understand how people don't want to be so vulnerable too, like within the comments, with the whole world able to see that. So I don't know, maybe we have our soul family, we create one someplace and where we can be more vulnerable with each other to share the things. It'd be interesting to see all the different types of stones that people have.
Oh, that'd be so fun if people could
Yeah.
put pictures, if you could put photos in the comments of
Yeah.
the stone. That would be great. Or
Yeah.
if we post it to Facebook, people could do that.
Mhm. Yeah. It
That
would
would
be it would be fun and just to, even
create a community.
intermingle with each other, meet new people.
Mm. Have a community. Yeah,
Yeah.
community. Because community is what we need right now
Right.
for healing, connection.
Yes.
Heal us. So
Yes.
that's so powerful. So yes, tell us
Yeah.
in the YouTube comments or, because we really want to connect and we want to learn too.
Right.
Yeah. And
Always willing
we'll
to.
look at the comments, but we don't,
I
we don't,
know I will.
I don't want to I'm like, oh yeah. So yeah, it's like, yeah. Giving that, like showing our hearts. So I just want to thank you, Issa, for these conversations. They're so beautiful and powerful. And I love being with you, and you're a sacred person. And these conversations are a part of our medicine. And I'm just so honored to be in this work with you. So,
Oh, I thank you so much for always being my support and my loving family and pushing me to my limits of my fears.
and embracing them.
Yeah. And it just gets better every day. Gets better every day. Our talks get more better every time and I really enjoy it. I enjoy thinking, having this kind of mindset. So, and I love sharing it with the listeners too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
So,
gift. It's a gift.
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, dear one. And thank you, everyone. And we'll see you next week for,
Yay.
yeah, for our work. And let us know how you are with the stones. And then we'll move to the next in the order of things
See you.
next week.